Alright, this is the last case of John Morley. I kept saying Jacob Morley, but I think I'm getting confused with Jacob Marley, the character from A Christmas Carol. Let's check this out with a new game. Thanks to the devs for providing a copy of the game for me. He awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breathing. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand, the weight of unknown terror pressing down on him. Somewhere in the depths of the trees he could hear it. Someone was following him. Something was following him. Time buries all truths beneath shadows, but the past always has a way of clawing its way back to the surface, demanding to be heard, no matter what cost.
Where am I?
We're in a wood, John. I'm assuming we're John.
I know it's following me. I can feel it.
Okay. We have a running animation that doesn't involve head pats. Chrism distracted me there. She made me say head pats instead of head bobs because she sent me a video of a dog. Video of a puppy. Chrism bombards me with puppy videos every day when we're not in the same house.
That sound. It's coming from the river.
Okay. I didn't actually hear anything, I'm going to be honest with you. I just heard sort of like a river. Did they mean the sound of the river is coming from the river?
It will show no mercy.
What is chasing me? Is it Mr. Blobby? Oh my god! Faster, John!
I know
Faster!
it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
We're doomed. We're doomed.
I should be able to see its light soon.
Go, 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 go.
At last. I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
There was a man? Whatever the fuck that was? The piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Another day at this wretched hospital, his wounds still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, this isn't the duty of any good private detective.
The name's John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
We fell off a roof, stopping a serial killer?
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Thanks, I guess?
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
This woman has, like, swallowed Botox. She fell into a stack of Botox needles, and there was a horrific accident here.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
Is it just laudanum? Because that technically isn't medicine.
My belongings?
I guess it is.
I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Okay. Clothes and the woman?
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, fuck off. How did she close the doors without touching them? That's the true horror.
Dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional.
Ah, wow, what do we... Oh, I think it's just a whole outfit, actually.
These well-sculptured shoulders, nicely padded, gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes.
I think we might be a bit full of ourselves,
I
guys.
usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles.
Okay.
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
This guy is mumbling so much into the fucking microphone. Anyway, so we survived a 5-story fall somehow after stopping a killer called the Red Shoes Murder. Do you think we caught him because he was wearing red shoes? I feel like that might have been a big giveaway. We might not be a really good detective, I'm going to be honest with you. Medical discharge. Subject... discharge resolution report. Final review and conclusion. The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative procedures. The surgical procedure conducted under protocol EDT-03 is deemed successful. Upon completion of final test and provided the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. So we've been in hospital for a while, it looks like.
Story of my life. Nearly broke. That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
We're like a knockoff Sherlock Holmes. It's even set in the same time period, I suspect.
Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. Blimey, what a fall I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
We ruined our best suit falling off a 5-story...
just yet.
Try to leave without getting dressed. I am dressed! What the fuck? What am I missing? I put shoes on? I put a tie on?
And there's notes from Penny, my secretary.
So Penny's his secretary.
She must have left it here a few days ago, while I was still under observation.
John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in hospital for ages, and I've been left skint with no wages coming in for months. Before with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything, but I thought it best to let you get better in peace. The other day, Dr. Fauna rang and said you were finally going to let you out, so I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been into the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old mouldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owe me 3 months' pay. Wow, we're an arsehole. Peter and I are planning to get married and lead some stability, I hope you understand. I left my key under the doormat. I paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John, I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you, Penny.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Oh, so he's in love with his secretary? Who's getting married to somebody else? Wow.
Trench coat and fedora hat.
He wears a fedora?
Every detectives must have.
Milady. Let's go.
I'd better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Yeah, this guy's a bit of an asshole. If it's his last case, let's hope he dies. He's gonna stare at me judging.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
Alright, off we go. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with a familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. By the way, everyone, for those Americans watching, that doesn't say Southwark, it says Southwark. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant Penny.
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise. Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Okay. Why is there an impenetrable barrier here? Oh, because she put the key there, that's why.
Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note.
I mean, why would she lie? She's done her best, considering you fucked her over, dude. I know it's not your fault you fell off a roof fighting a killer, right? I get it, but... What is this noir music?
This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
He has a blood-stained murder weapon in his office from a previous case. Are you fucking killing me? Hope you're not killing me. Are you kidding me?
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet-talk her into coming back. So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "punch me" written all over it.
Uh-huh. That's the guy, that's his rival.
The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that.
He has a gun as well! He has, like, all these murder weapons and shit!
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
But we're not a cop, but we're allowed to keep all these things? What the fuck?
My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
Oh no, there's gonna be like some Sherlock Holmes, like, pour liquid on thing puzzles.
Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out.
Whoa! Don't be like...
one of my cards.
Shut up, first of all.
But this one has my last name circled.
Shut up, John. Listen, you're saying Penny walked out on you? You were in a coma for like 3 months, and you weren't paying her, and you hadn't paid her for 2 months prior to that. You're lucky that she paid your fucking gas and electric bill and didn't just sell all the shit in your fucking office to cover the things that you owed her, bitch. I don't know why that's like that.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
Don't you know your own things? This is literally your room.
How this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
What a fucking arsehole. Oh, I see. We have to... I'm guessing this puzzle is... We type Morley on here to open the thing, right? I was right.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away.
He has pin-up magazines.
Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was
looking at pornography.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Not Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart.
Okay.
The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress.
I take
Lady
that now.
Forsyth.
That must
But
be a
before I
ridiculous
commit to
amount of
anything,
money.
Might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
That's like just under a year's salary in the UK now, on average. So, if this is like 1,800, that must be like an insane amount of money, like, in terms of inflation. Like, holy shit. Like, I think the average UK, like, annual income is like 34 to 36,000 now. 60,000 in a year this is being offered here. That's a crazy amount of money. That's absolutely fucking crazy. That'd be 4.7 million today. Holy shit.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice, but all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elody's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elody was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
The subtitles don't add up either. They're just like, fucked. Okay. Any witnesses?
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
So I think this is probably a bit later than 1900. I'm going to guess this is like between the 20s and maybe like the 20s and 30s, something like that, I would say. Like, so it's probably not quite as much, but still, like, pretty like a huge amount. 1940. Okay, so how much would £60,000 be in 1940? So this is just before World War II, which makes sense. So, well, I was 40 years out. God, not a lot changed. In a 40-year period.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elody's death, I abandoned the estate.
1.6 million.
I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
This is, I think this is decent so far. Like, yeah. The visit from Countess Marguerite Fordside was just what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident through the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made from the uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet like the ruin of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air.
Well, this place looks fucking miserable.
It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm.
Stop whispering.
The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I don't think any of the voice acting is AI. In fact, I'm pretty sure on the store page it specifically says that all the voice acting was done by real actors. Some of the artwork in this is AI and has been, like, touched up, whatever that means. I'm pretty sure the photographs we saw in the office, were AI, I would say.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care, like lobotomies. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. Look at that fucking... That is like... that just looks so fucking ominous. Wow, we got a lot to look around, I think.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key. A blue moon. Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets.
Okay, so this place is abandoned.
For me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
We have a lantern now. Is this Amnesia: The Dark Descent? Popular game from the year 2006? Following the green trails of light to investigate past events. Oh, it's gonna have, like, flashbacks? Like, the vanishing of Ethan Carter and shit like that? Okay, so there's something got to do with this woman's head at some point. I'm guessing we can turn all the bustiers.
The Fordside family crest. A rampant dragon. A time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Or I'll click on the thing in a minute. I just want to have a look around at the other stuff. Okay, some more of those to turn.
Looks like this is the Ford side family book, showing some of their ancestors.
I love the scar there. I love the scars. I don't really care about these people, I'm going to be honest with you, unless it's relevant for the puzzle. Let's look at the flashback first. My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. Joan Morley, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
This is just like The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Which is a great game that more people should play.
2 chairs. One of them knocked over. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office.
She hasn't changed her lipstick in 20 years. That's a bit weird.
The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
Okay.
I am very angry.
Oh.
After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
I will say this. I feel like this is like a Miss Havisham, like, Great Expectations situation, where some rich old, well, she wasn't that old at the time, but some rich woman has had a tragedy happen in her life, and she has completely locked down her entire house and left it like it was on the day the tragedy happened, in the creepiest way possible, which is kind of cool, but also disturbing at the same time.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
I don't know. The fact her boss was insane?
Lady Fortside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
I think we can safely rule her out as the murder suspect, by the way. Otherwise, I don't think she'd have hired us 20 years later. Ah, my lady, I've reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household. Since the reign of King William IV, or VI, whatever the fuck that one is, my family has served Bloomsbury with an unwavering loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and as of late the house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It's no coincidence that our family motto is Oblastus, signifying something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I too understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. All my family says, Fausta. Joan Morley, housekeeper. Okay,
the
so...
housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
Okay, so this is the woman with the smallpox scar from this. Okay. So, I'm guessing all these people are the bus in here. An astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who died giving birth. From that moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun. That's probably a clue. Shrapnel scar, shrapnel, not smallpox. Scar on her cheek, hands hardened by iron and mud of baklava. Amid the roar of the Crimean cannons, her silver medical kit, now stained with gunpowder and memory, held not only wounds, but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. She says she swore to protect the secret, and that the oath still lingers within these walls. Okay, let's look at these two in a minute. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So this is, he said he faces the sun? I don't really know what that means in the context of this, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't see a sun in here. Oh, no, he said the telescope. He said he always looks at the telescope. So, like... I think that's right. Like he's looking at the telescope. Yeah. And she always is looking to the walls, it said, right? The secret is in the walls? Is that the clue? About to find out. So she can't turn fully. That's the most she can. Interesting. I don't really know about this. Okay, so that's the most. I don't know if this is something I'm meant to be doing now, or this is like a completely separate thing. But we'll have a look at the other two just in case. The other two people in this book. A man with a prominent nose and wandering soul whose steps trace paths where only blank maps had once lain. Cartographer to Queen Victoria, he devoted his life to naming the unnameable jungles that swallowed expeditions, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe, now cracked by time and the salt of 1,000 seals, bears its meridian, so he looks at the globe. And then we have a pianist with ethereal hands and a drowned heart. After losing her beloved in the wreck of the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on the ebony music stand in the library. So piano and globe. So those ones we can do, I would assume. Where the fuck is the globe? Globe's in the middle of the room. I think he's almost looking at it already, but now he definitely is looking at it. Okay. And piano. Like, I'm guessing this... Is the piano actually exposed? Or is that the piano, like, covered in the dust cloth? It's probably under the dust cloth. Right? I got it right. That was actually a decent puzzle that made sense. Oh my god, what the fuck?
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess.
Lady Margaret Forsyte, I'm writing to you as your attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Elody's progress. It was a great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elody now confides she no longer experiences dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided and she began to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elody has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I'll continue to keep you informed of her progress.
Elody was committed to a psychiatric facility. This looks like the key to the main hall.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to interrupt that.
Could be my way into the heart of the house.
So, her daughter was committed to a psychiatric facility just before being murdered at home, and she didn't mention this to us as a key thing that was probably really important.
A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world. An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elody. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Also, she hasn't aged she looks exactly the fucking same as she did 20 years ago. She looks identical. She hasn't aged a day since this murder happened. It's like she locked down this house in time and her own face. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display in our gallery, which features several works by your daughter, Miss Elody Forsyte. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it's with great regret must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of the community, have found Miss Forsyte's paintings to be highly disturbing. We've received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking the artwork has caused distress to their children, and some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly at a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. Wow, Elody was badass! It was with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Forsyte's paintings from the current display. We understand this may cause disappointment, but we feel it necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honoured to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Forsyte's art, with her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in this delicate manner, and we look forward to hearing from you for your earliest...
It seems Elody had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing, from the looks of it.
How the fuck is there a tree here? What the fuck? This place has been abandoned for like 20 years! What the fuck? Enormous tree in the heart of the mansion. The place is no ordinary house. I don't know why that wasn't voiced for the first time. It doesn't have water, though, which is like, I'm pretty sure trees need water. Quite a lot of it. It has sunlight, sure.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Because she's testing you as a detective, because she's fucking weird. I would like to thank our wonderful Patreon supporter, Freaky Rib, for bringing you this video. Thank you so much, Freaky Rib, for another month's support. You very generous, beautiful Nomkin. We love you. We think you're phenomenal. And we really, really appreciate all the support you've been giving us. Thank you so much for supporting us and being there for us. We really think you are an amazing, beautiful, fantastic, phenomenal Nomkin. Oh my god. I also want to shout out our producer Alice. Make sure you check her out at the links on screen. Can't wait to be playing Reanimal with her in February. And before then, I'm sure we'll have lots of fun adventures over on Twitch. Make sure you're following Alice at the links on screen. Thanks for listening, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this game. Alright.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elody laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir.
I mean, this place has been abandoned for a shitload of time, right? Drawing and dining room.
Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display.
From birth to decay.
Oh, he's reading it.
Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
I forgot I had this. My lady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I am capable of the task, but I must inform you that it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specially crafted in the city, and I must first commission the necessary plans. What are you asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchens and servants' quarters. I provided a simple mechanism for Area C, adhering to the original concept. I would greatly appreciate a prompt response to that. I may proceed with the ordering mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith. First of all, the blacksmith's last name is Blacksmith, which seems crazy. Secondly, are we building the fucking Spencer Mansion?
Secure the house, restricting access to certain areas. Looks like the last painting Elody was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down.
Her art isn't that
The
disturbing.
sinking of a ship.
These people were just pussies.
A grand ship on the open sea.
Like, I thought she'd painted a fucking ankle or something. She was like, you know, like people were so pressed about it. Okay, a numeric lock. And another numeric lock. Okay. Is this key for the one downstairs? Because that looked like a key door. Yes, it is. Alright, let's check out this room first, I guess, before anything else. It is a big room, though. Oh. Oh, we have to... We have to click the paintings in order of a tree growing. Is what we have to do. Because that's what the thing said.
This looks like Elody's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
So Elody meets a guy at the sanatorium. Probably not the ideal place for a woman of high society in the 1940s to meet their future husband, potentially. And then he's traumatized by shipwrecks, so she paints pictures of
I'm
shipwrecks?
so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
Oh my god, is this one of these problematic age gap relationships of at least 2 years I see the Zoomers talking about?
Oh, they looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elody died.
Okay.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
Walter Brandon Stella Maris Vessel.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for? Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
So that was one of the paintings there, but I want to see if I need to get the order right. So it's, I don't know if there's going to be one of a seed. Yeah, this one is definitely of the seed. Okay, so we have this one we already clicked. I actually didn't mean to click it, of the sprout. We might need to, like, change it depending on... Although, that's like I can only see 2 of them. Okay, so that's wrong. Okay. So we have a full-blown tree. We have to get the order right. So that one's probably... The first one is definitely that one. But somewhere there's another one that we need to find. Of it, like, somewhere in between those 2 stages. Here. Okay. So it's going to be this one. This one. Yeah. This one. I think. No. I guess this one first. I guess that one's, like, meant to be it dying or something, like, knackered. It's hard to tell. Alright, let's try this one as the third one. Okay, and then this one. There we go. Yeah, she just basically built the fucking Resident Evil mansion in the 1940s. It's kind of fucking metal, to be honest with you. Like, I'm on board. I will say this torch is fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason.
I wonder if that's where her body was found and she did that out of
Something
grief.
definitely happened here. Was it a struggle?
Yeah, this looks bad.
Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
Well, there's a key item. We have a crowbar.
These broken chairs. Someone must have held them to the ground with great force. It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
Okay. Wow! We're a professional fucking crowbarrer.
The crowbar is broken.
We broke the crowbar! We were so metal with that! What the fuck?
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
Okay. I am frozen right now. For Sunday, I must remember to go to the market to get the missing ingredients. Okay, that's why it's a cook's room. I think that glitched, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. The cook's room. Oh.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
This is completely normal. Dear Mother, I wish I could tell you that all is well and that I'm happy here at the Countess's household. Mrs. Murwer, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Miss Murwer, she fears some kind of relapse and the matter is falling apart day by day. But the worst of it, Mother, is that man. That Dark. He lurks in the shadow corners of this house when I'm cleaning or carrying out my tasks and throws himself at me. He's incredibly strong. His great hand seize me, and I feel completely helpless. At night, I'm afraid to go to the lavatory. There, in the dim solitude, I feel watched by something wicked, and a deep spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Miss Murrow has listened to me. I believe she too understands this man is a great danger, one that will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted, so who's the guy? Like, is it the sailor, or is it someone else completely we haven't come across yet? Backgammon.
The backgammon board. One of the oldest board games.
One of the shittest board games as well. Fuck, backgammon is such a boring game. Holy shit. I used to play backgammon with my grandma a lot when I was a kid, and I hated it.
Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread.
Oh my god!
A chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches.
This is
It will
like...
bring death and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
What a fucking lineup of tarot cards! It's like the worst combination you could possibly get. Holy shit! It may as well just be put murder. May as well be written across the table. What the fuck? Okay, so this is a code for one of the doors. Is B34982 is the code for one of the doors that we've come past already. I used to play cribbage with my grandma as well, actually. 34982. That's for area B of the house.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
34982. 34982. 34. Can you hear that breathing? There's someone breathing over here. Just for a second, like someone was watching me in the walls. Oh, that's creepy. It's like the movie The Boy. That's a good movie, actually.
Is there someone else in the house?
Encountered the shadowy figure in the mansion. Where? Oh shit. Oh shit. That's the guy we saw in the hallucination we had.
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Probably shouldn't talk out loud, dickhead. Death is only bad if it's combined with the tower. The tower is like the dog shit card. The tower is like the card that absolutely fucks you. But if you combine it with the devil and death, like as a combo, like that's really bad. Like the devil and death intrinsically aren't awful by themselves, but they're pretty bad. Thank you very much, Autumn. Oh my god, okay. Creepy, creepy, creep.
Another
Oh, we need a
boarded
new
up
crowbar.
door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Okay, so someone else is in here. I'm gonna guess the
This
guy in
must be
here.
Walter Brandon's room.
So this is what I think. I suspect that the guy walking around here is gonna be her ex-boyfriend, and he's actually trying to solve the case. And he's not bad, but we don't know that yet. That's what I suspect. But we're gonna be, because he's gonna have like a sailor's knife or something, and he's gonna be walking around looking for evidence about what happened to his beloved or something, because he's heard that the mother's looking into it again.
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
Well, this is his room, I think. So,
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor.
sex.
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum.
After 20 years?
The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
Okay, more flashback stuff. This is really good.
Terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
Fascinating. What on earth happened? Then the subtitles just gave up then immediately, so we didn't hear any of what he just said, but... So, there's a man walking around here with a knife that this guy doesn't know, and the servants are shit scared of, but seems to have the permission of the woman of the house to be here, because the housekeeper quits because she's allowing creepy people to stay in the house. So she knows this guy's here, but everyone else seems very startled by his disturbing behavior and presence. And he's making everything shit, I guess? Maybe it is the guy actually we just saw.
Grave mistake. He has followed me,
Is that Rasputin?
watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elody. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
He means to kill you.
The painting of a ship. Unmistakably in Elody's style.
This guy's shit scared of shipwreck shit. He's putting up the artwork his fucking girlfriend's making of the really fucked up shit.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises
Oh, they all
me,
think it's him.
accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I awoke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
Okay, another possibility here that I really don't like, but is possible, is this guy has obviously been in an insane asylum for fucking ages. Is he going to be like schizophrenic or something, or have multiple personalities, and they're both him, and he doesn't realize he's one of them? I hope it isn't that, but I could see them doing that. You know? I could see them doing it.
The last entry in the diary. Dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elody, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
I wonder if he's still in the fucking box.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all
No.
Walter owned. I should take a look at it.
Okay. So Elodie started to believe that he was bad too, so something really fucked up was happening here.
A photograph of Elody. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply.
We have a key?
Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there.
Okay. Anything else?
Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats.
Oh yeah, I forget that we're wearing a fedora. Alright. Well, key for progression. I have no idea if the story is going to be that, God, it's so dark, that he's schizophrenic. I'm just spitting. I'm just spitting potential outcomes, considering I played a lot of games, right? Like, there was a door to the outside. He said in the gallery? In the staircase gallery? I mean, this looks like the staircase gallery. Let me see if there's a brightness option, actually. Oh, there is. If it actually works. I would say at least 9 times out of 10, updating the brightness does nothing. Did that do anything? I can't tell. Alright. Well, we're outside now anyway, and we found the way forward, so that's good. So far, though, this is a bit of a banger. I'm enjoying it. A good mystery. I know it's not too long. Okay, so a crowbar for the upstairs
thought
bit.
to do the trick for that boarded up room upstairs. Just by Walter Brandon's room.
Oh, you're right. Her mum was checking the shipping logs. Was she trying to make sure that her boyfriend had actually been on a ship and wasn't making all this shit up? Is her boyfriend not a sailor and just fucking crazy? This is a lot of blood.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
Not going to take that with us? I feel that's probably quite a good thing to have with you.
It's clear that the man who killed Elody discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape.
This is literally the murderer's outfit.
Despite his injuries, the killer rid himself of anything that might incriminate him before fleeing the scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife.
This could be him.
It's a
It's
chilling
hard to
thought.
tell.
But those very items remind me of the figure seen lurking near the manor. The same figure Walter Brandon spoke of with such dread.
perhaps the very one who was said to have harassed the maids.
Obviously.
That mysterious presence was, in all likelihood, the murderer of Elody Fordside.
Okay. I'm really enjoying this. It's nice to play 2 games in a row that I actually like. I think that is it, though, for this bit, because I got the trophy for finding every interactable item in the greenhouse, so I'm assuming that there isn't anything else, and it's just the green guy here. And we did get the crowbar. Oh no, there's something here. There's something here. This isn't in the greenhouse, I take it. Exactly.
At that old fountain in the garden. Now little more than a basin of stagnant water. One can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. Seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body.
What a bumpkin, huh? Like, I definitely want to do more crime games. I think once a week or once every 2 weeks playing a crime game is a nice thing.
The gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
I mean, I guess it's gonna... We need a key to get out of there, I'm gonna guess, so... I think we'll probably have to take a while to find that one. I really love a good murder mystery, though. I know this isn't, like... I feel like this is... Seems fairly clean cut so far, but it's still enjoyable. Anyway, let's go and open the area we couldn't open. That was a lot of noise there. To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, labouring without pause, shut away for days, and on end without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece, with those eyes mad, haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every Fordside heir without exception, the very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I find myself recognising more and more in Elody's face with each passing day. Is there like a family curse, and this is her brother or something she's talking about? The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I think this is written by the Lady of the Manor, by the way, I knew then she too was lost. I cursed this wretched inheritance so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I shall take Elody to the sanatorium. With therapy in a controlled environment, perhaps she might begin to improve. I shall not allow the Fordside Elody to take Elody from me as well. The code for the other wing of the mansion is 25741. 25741, that's very important. I need to remember that. So... I'm gonna guess there's a family curse, and everyone in it, like, I'm gonna guess, like, everyone, like, there's, like, a history of schizophrenia in the family or something like that, and Elody's afflicted with it, and this is her brother's room, I'm gonna guess, and he was afflicted by it too, and he was, like, carving fucked up sculptures of, like, whatever the fuck this is, and things like that.
Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself. A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels.
Maybe this is her husband, but regardless, still a family member.
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist,
yeah.
No doubt. But his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul.
How dare you make edgy
This
sculptures?
Unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
How dare you make edgy sculptures in 1936? You freak. Anyway. 25741. It makes you think about the amount of people that may have been born at the wrong time. Hi there! Probably shouldn't get seen by him.
Who the bloody hell are you?
Hi. Just gonna go?
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's
gone now.
room before exploring other parts of the house.
Well, listen, I was trying to see if the guy on the stairs was still there or not.
It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening.
Like their daughter being murdered?
Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
This is actually really sad, because I think she clearly did love Elody, from what we can tell, even before she's the murderer. I think she clearly did love Elody, and it's really sad. Like, this is like... This whole thing is really just awful, actually.
The bed was made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
That isn't that weird, dude. Okay, these look like important keys, but I think we have to do this sequence first.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elody. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elody remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light.
I think split personality,
They go
by the
out
way.
together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
Yeah, I suspect split personality is what I suspect. Unfortunately, it seems to be heavily going for that. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and I'll be wrong, but we'll see.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elody went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
So, the question is, right, what are the chances of, like, some other person hiding in the walls or something doing this? It seems 100% like it's him, right? Like, and he doesn't realize he did it.
Something made of glass has shattered here.
She heard
Oh
the scream.
my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elody's room.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That sucks! I feel really bad for Elody. More than anyone else, actually. I mean, she's the one that gets murdered, so, you know. What am I missing here? Ah, here.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elody!
So she grabs a
Lady
weapon.
Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elody's room. A key. Likely the one to Elodie's. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken
Why
any
did she
sleeping
lie?
draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me?
Did she kill Elody
The more
herself
I
still?
investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers.
I wonder if this is Elodie's room. Covered in blood. Oh, this is sad.
A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime.
Okay. Yeah, the door was broken down. Look, the lock's busted. Like, she had it locked from this side, but someone broke it.
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Photograph
shit.
of Elodie Ford's side and
Didn't mean to
Walter
interrupt him.
Brandon. If my memory serves me right, looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum.
What a romantic place. Okay, so someone came in, they had a fight, she got stabbed. Oh, that painting again. Well, she must really like that one, huh?
A teacup on the bedside table. Elody must have lain down that night,
Fully clothed.
perhaps already drifting to sleep.
This is something I'm curious about, okay? I see this concept, and it always confuses me. Do people have inside clothes and outside clothes? I just have clothes that I wear, right? Like, I would take my shoes off, but I sometimes would lie in bed with normal everyday clothes on if I'm, like, watching a movie or something. Like, and I saw people being like, that's disgusting. Why would you wear clothes that you've worn outside in a bed? And I'm like, what?
The door,
It's just air.
completely broken, indicates someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elody awake.
Even when I had a 9-to-5 job, I never had inside and outside clothes. Like, I understand there's clothes you only wear inside, like pajamas and shit like that, right? But I'm talking about, like, it's not that weird to wear, like, normal clothes laying down.
Elody tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair.
So yeah, she just got fucked.
The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece.
I'm sorry, people watching on YouTube, but this is a really important discussion we're having right now. I have outside clothes at home. I say I don't have a concept of this at all. Even when I had a normal job, I don't have a concept of this. If I've worn something outside to eat or whatever, it's touched something that has no guarantee of being clean, so I've got to change before laying in bed. I've never done that in my life. In my entire life. I've never even thought about it.
On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood.
Wow, this is bad.
That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elody.
So she tried to save the day, but it was too late. She was already fucked.
Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elody was already dead.
Okay. But why did the mother hide that she came to the rescue? I don't get it. Why would she hide that from us? God, that face. Jesus Christ. That's the true horror.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp. And that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
That face! What the fuck? This can't be the end, right? Already. It was like an hour long if that was the end. There's got to be something we're missing. There's too many holes in the story at the moment.
One thing was certain. My next move
Okay, yeah, we're
was
not
to
done.
dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old forgotten sanatorium.
We're gonna go to the asylum?
20 years ago was the scene of a meeting between Elody Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to the asylum. The old sanitarium loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a monument to forgotten suffering. It stood like a sleeping giant, its walls steeped in the horrors of another age. John knew that crossing its threshold meant stepping into the labyrinth of the human mind, where the madness of some and the cold indifference of others to turn places like this into breeding grounds for nightmares. A creeping unease settled in as he neared the entrance, a whisper of dread curling at the edges of his thoughts, yet he pressed on. He needed answers, and he was certain they lay waiting in the dark.
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum.
I like the aesthetics of this.
But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained unheated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival? The front door, sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
Yeah, this is all, I'm glad this isn't over yet, because it's too early. Gilbert, I'm leaving now. I've gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading to the back courtyard remains. I've covered it up a bit, but I'm sure you'll remember where it is. The kitchen window was broken, and quite frankly, I don't believe anyone will come to mend it. You should be able to get in through there without any trouble. Take care.
There's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
More like asylum. You know, because there's an ass. Hey guys! It helped a lot in terms of getting new sign-ups to show you guys what's on our Patreon tiers. So here's a little Patreon ad. On the $10 tier, you get to partake in watching movies with us once a month. We do movie nights where we riff on old films and things like that. We also do live streams. There's Jackbox streams where you don't need to own the game to join in, but there's also games where you can join in with games on Steam and things like that. Here's a little clip from the most recent one where we were playing Community Repo. It's a lot of fun. If you'd like to get involved, play various different video games with me, then you can do so by pledging on the $10 tier and up. Thanks for listening, and here's that little teaser.
The fry pan, good.
Oh, I
was wondering why I lost control of it. Yeah, I wondered why I lost control of it. Oh well, I bought it for you. I bought it originally for you.
I'm about to die.
We're in trouble right now. The fortune teller is here as well.
Hi, Roulette Man. How's it going?
We got the Reaper.
He didn't want me.
Oh, I just broke the crystal on Panda's ass.
Oh,
well, what'd you do that for?
Oh, hello.
Alright, time to explore the sanitarium. What the fuck is this? Is this just light? Like a weird light shining? I think it is. Okay, there's a hole in the wall here. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have the. I didn't bring the fucking lantern with me. I didn't bring the thing we need to see.
Impossible. Locked as well.
Why didn't we bring the lantern? Are we a fucking idiot?
Damn it. The lantern.
The lantern's broken. Oh, and it got broken in story, but it wasn't working before. I can tell you that now. That's funny. Well, we broke the lantern then. We did bring it with us, but we just broke it immediately after I said that. And it wouldn't come out when I was pressing the button before, so... I guess this place has power, though? I think we've seen this asset before, actually, of a sanitarium. I didn't recognize the manor, but this I recognize from another game.
Westland Asylum was a top place.
Under the esteemed direction, Dr. Mulder, with distinguished consultation of Dr. Sheridan, expert in modern therapeutic methods, compassionate understanding and advanced techniques of mental health care, marking the start of recovery, Dr. Mulder's guidance and Dranhydion's progress of therapy insights providing effective treatments for nervous ailments, melancholia, hysteria, and mental disturbances. Services included the restorative rest cures, modern electrotherapy applications, talk therapy and moral treatment, personalised occupational activities, holistic and humane care. Westland Asylum stands at the fore of the psychiatric advancement, merging experience and innovation while treating each patient with dignity and hope. I don't believe this, I'm going to be honest with you, considering I feel like even now, I think we were talking about this the other day, but like mental health places now are bad, and this is like a long time ago.
May 1922.
Sir, in view of the escalating violent
This
incidents
letter
within
was
this
written
institution
half a
since the
year
arrival of
before
patient
Elody's murder.
B03, we, the undersigned, feel it's our duty
Possible
to
she was
express the
still a
following
patient
concerns
here
on
at the
behalf of
time.
the sanitary support staff. Patient B03 requires specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in the isolation cell. Access to shared or public spaces should be allowed only under the supervision of 2 attendants equipped with tranquilizing injectables. I'm guessing this is the guy. The recent incidents have underscored grave tendencies in the institution's security measures, revealing its unpreparedness to house patients with such a high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital administration to implement decisive measures without delay. Should our concerns remain unaddressed, we'll be compelled to escalate this matter to the National Asylum Workers Union, which has been made aware of our
The
grievances.
nurses were genuinely concerned.
The nurses were concerned about the aggression of patient B03. Am I talking over him? I am. So, I was standing on my thing and I'd muted the game. You guys could still hear it, but I couldn't hear any of the voiceovers for the last few minutes. And as a result, I was reading the lines because I couldn't hear him. Because I was standing on the mute button.
A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall.
Okay.
The girl? How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elody Fortside? Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
Interesting. Who is this meant to be? Doesn't seem like there's anything to interact with in here. We just got these pieces of memories.
It's locked. Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors.
Okay, we have a numeric lock on that door. Yeah, I think this is just a light reflected on it. Yeah, the door isn't an interactable. To all staff and family members of the patients, of the forthcoming Tuesday, the 6th of April, as previously announced, the closure of the institution shall take place. Within the span of 1 month, the sanatorium shall be fully closed and the patients will be transferred to other hospitals in the area according to their individual needs. As for the staff, you may request any outstanding payments and the severance compensation proportional to the time worked at the administration office, which shall remain open for 1 additional week following the closure from 10 to 5 p.m. For your convenience, we kindly request you schedule an appointment. The final working and insurable day shall be Monday, the 4th of April, 1932.
The asylum was shut down 10 years ago. Judging by the state it's in, they probably had no choice but to close it due to the building's condition.
I wonder if there's a darker reason. A more evil reason. Pursuant to the established protocols and regulations of Western Asylum, in preparation for the forthcoming annual report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Lenore Sherdinant will retain custody of the patient records for duration of 5 days. Members of the medical staff requiring access to these records during this interval are advised to direct their inquiries to the office.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
Okay. That makes sense. Probably need to find a key, I'm going to be honest.
We must formalise the admission of Miss Elody Fortside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed.
Oh my god, this is scandalous.
He looks at her.
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
So the doctor at the asylum wanted to fuck Elody
Were
too.
gossiping about a certain Dr. Mulder, who appeared to be especially taken with Elody.
Oh, I wonder if he's the killer. We have another suspect now. We have another suspect. What if he's like drugging the other guy to make him go nuts because he feels jilted or whatever. That's another possibility, right? He had control of this guy's medical stuff. There's lots of horrible possibilities here, I'm going to be honest.
This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Oh yeah, I forget the detective wants to bang his secretary and ruin the romance between his secretary and her husband. I forgot about that. Not husband, future husband. They're engaged, right? Fiancé. I forgot that our main character's a dickhead at this point. It's been a while. Hello? Where the fuck is the phone? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention.
Forgotten?
I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
Dun dun dun!
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Well, we're fucked. Well, the basement door just opened of its own accord. Oh, great.
There's someone there.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this asset before.
Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
I mean, there was a guy with a knife wandering around the other place too. Internal memorandum. Due to the increasingly precarious state of the electrical network, which, as you're all aware, is far too aged and no longer fit for safe operation, and given the impending closure of this institution, the administration has no alternative but to suspend all plans for renovation. According, and in interest of maintaining minimal functionality, one of the primary safety switches required for the activation of the electroshock therapy room has been installed in isolation cell B04. Effective immediately, cell B04 is to be decommissioned as a holding cell and repurposed as a maintenance storage room. Staff are to refrain from placing any patients therein and must ensure the room remains accessible to the authorized personnel only. Let it be noted in all relevant logs. Open door, cold to warm. Okay. Oh shit. I don't like this.
Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy.
So this is the guy's cell.
His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Sedatives, potassium bromide or morphine, and a regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained.
Oh, this is fucked. These are the isolation cells. I guess they're all fucked.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress.
This puzzle's ridiculous, by the way.
His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
Alright, so the clue was hot to cold. I'm guessing we need to pull these in the right order. I'm guessing this is hot, because he's a pyromaniac. I feel like that makes sense, right? But let's just double check it said that. Did it say... Cold to warm, sorry, so cold first. So that might be the last one that we have to pull. Just have a bunch of blood in this one, lovely. More of the same.
Internal report. Patient D08, Miss Beatrice Maren, female, 28, reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Maren presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy.
What is autosarcophagy?
Has markedly compromised her physical integrity and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
Okay. So it's I mean, yeah, okay, so... Auto-cannibalism, I knew what that was. Okay, so we just have a blue cable and a red cable. Let's assume that there's only the two. I guess I'm incorrect about that. Oh. I'm gonna say. Okay. So it's gonna be blue, green, red? No. Okay. Blue, yellow, green, red. Oh, we're missing a yellow one somewhere. Okay. What the fuck is the yellow one? Is it in here? Blue, yellow, green, red. I don't know if that's the right order, actually, but regardless, we need to find the blue one, the yellow one anyway. Wherever the fuck it may be. I'm assuming it's not going to be in a cell, because, like... No, the other one is in a cell. One of them is in a fucking cell, which makes no sense. Why would you have a power cable in a fucking isolation cell where crazy people are? I mean, at the moment, finding the yellow thing is going to be the biggest problem, I feel. Like, I have no idea where it is. We can't open any of these. I'm going to guess it unlocks this door, but we need to find the yellow switch. I think it's going to be blue, green, yellow, red, the code as well, because it's the color tone. I think... Oh, it's behind here. What a fucking arsehole. Alright, I'm going to try my theory anyway. We're going to do blue, green, yellow, red. And if that's wrong, we just do the order of the box. But I think in order of warmth would be blue, green, yellow, red. Like the warmth of the color. Yeah.
This room gives me the shivers.
Yeah, it's not great. East wing access. Following several sessions of electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, the patient has shown significant improvement. Previous violent episodes have been entirely eradicated. This is about the guy again. The patient now presents with a profound state of apathy, characterized by emotional detachment and a notable lack of response. His interactions are limited to monosyllabic utterances with no signs of aggression or emotional reaction. This behavior may be attributable to the intensification of treatment as well as a potential underlying psychological condition that we must continue to investigate. It is anticipated that with continued observation, the patient will gradually regain his ability to communicate and exhibit emotional responses. However, the complexities of the case should be taken into consideration along with the need for potential adjustments to his ongoing treatment. Given the control of the violent tendencies and the stabilization of his condition, it is deemed appropriate to transfer the patient to Area M, a less restrictive environment, though under strict supervision. Close monitoring is recommended to assess any potential changes in behavior with the possibility of further adjustments to his medication. Excellent. Oh shit. It's this guy again.
I need to hide. Quickly. I can't hear it. Could it be gone?
Either that or we're gonna get into a fight immediately. This guy teleports away like a ghost. It's the same guy. Anything of use in here? Westland Asylum, Matthew Graby
A cigarette
maintenance.
case. With a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food's still fresh.
Yeah, someone's living here. That's why the power's on. Someone is definitely living. Someone is living here. Excellent. And by excellent, I mean shit. Wow, this place is big. Holy shit. I like that. There was a game we played set in this asylum. It was like some paranormal ghost hunt thing. It was like you're like a vlogger. I distinctly remember it like a lot. Okay, these all have numeric locks. In fact, this place has a lot of numeric locks that we have not seen any codes for yet. But yeah, there was a game we played, like, set here, which I think is pretty fun.
Here it is. Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elody and Walter's records.
Okay.
Elody's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Her reason for admission: Elody was admitted to the asylum upon the directive of her mother, Lady Margaret Fortside, a notable benefactress of this institution. The patient exhibits a persistently low mood, a tendency towards social withdrawal, and recurrently negative thoughts. This sounds just like me every day of my life. Lady Fortside expressed concern over the risk of the patient engaging in self-harming behaviour. From the observations, during the initial evaluation, the patient displayed a withdrawn composure, delayed responses, and consistent avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling trapped in a consistent state of oppression and described a persistent sense of unease. Though she refrained from providing further detail, her condition necessitates close observation and a progressive therapeutic approach to monitor and assess any changes. Hereby, the admission of Miss Forsyte to the institution is formally recorded. A detailed follow-up of her progress shall be maintained.
Nothing of interest here. Strange. Elody's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon. Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
It has been hidden, I guess. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you've achieved with your recreational reading therapy. It's evident the escapism and the avenues offered by literary fiction have contributed significantly to alleviating the anxiety of our patients. However, I regret to inform you that one of your patients, Miss Elody Fortside, will no longer participate in your reading sessions. Given that she is the daughter of the esteemed Mrs. Margaret Fortside, I deemed it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals. Oh, this is the guy who likes her. He cuts her out of the therapy so he can spend more time with her. I deem it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals whose questionable moral standing may have an adverse effect on the delicate mind of the young lady, especially be kept apart from such influences. Therefore, I am relieving you of any responsibility for her care, and I shall take over the management of Miss Elody Fordside's treatment from this day forward. I've already communicated that decision to her mother. I trust you will understand. This guy's probably the murderer, Frederick Mulder. Questionable morality? Don't make me laugh, Frederick. What truly eats away at you is the fear that those bad influences might actually be good for her. What is it you truly aspire to? A seat among the nobility, perhaps? You're a pathetic hypocrite, consumed by your own ego. Sick burn! Hell yeah! This guy sounds like a douchebag. Excellent, though. Interesting stuff. Oh, we already read this. Or did we? Yes, we did. Okay.
Wait. No, it can't be. There he is. In the photo. Dr. Sheddenand in the center. And right next to him... It's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
Oh, this is what fell, I guess. This seems very dangerous. Oh, this is the stairs back down? Yeah. God, it's still so dark. Can we, like, stop games having... Okay, that just opened of its own accord, which is creepy. It's like, you found the shortcut! Boom. There you go. Enjoy. The ghost knew. Oh, God. The ghost knew. Alright, what's up here? Probably the library, right? Otherwise there would be not much that... There he is. I can't get to him, though. He's looking directly at me. He knows I'm here, which makes it worse. Because he's staring at me. Dear Dr. Mulder, the books you requested are now available in the archive. The code is 89981. There we go. Right, back down we go. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Looking forward to seeing what happens. At least he's upstairs. You know what I mean? Just like chilling. So hopefully he doesn't do anything else. Not that I think he's an active threat or anything, but 9. Hope I didn't read it wrong. No, I didn't. Alright. For the psychology test using the Rorschach ink blot test, we use the following code to name the plates. That way the patient will not be able to obtain information about their evaluation unless the therapist deems it appropriate. Oh shit. Like a binary thing? It's weird that I put it under the book. Today's code to open the box is the moth. Which is probably 1? No, maybe 4? I don't know. These all look like moths to me, I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm going to say 4 is probably the right answer. So 4 is 00100. Is that actually the code? I'll try it. Oh, it is. Wow, I'm glad I picked that key up with no information as to what it was. Brilliant. I'm hoping it's the elevator key, or the master key, or the key maybe to that doctor's room upstairs. That's another possibility, I guess. It's the key to the elevator. Let's go to the attic. You know, it'd be cool if he was just standing on the way, staring at us, the guy. Staring. Eyes glued to us. Waiting. Oh, we need a key for the attic too. Because of course we do. Okay, so we can't do that yet. I guess we'll do then. Okay, this is where the guy was standing a few minutes ago. What the fuck? Jump scare painting. Whoa. Okay, Dr. Mulder's room. Our prime suspect, let's be honest with you, in the crimes here. Here's the library. Morin. Finally, patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, it takes a month to bring it back. When it's not him, it's the girl. I can't even imagine how many times they've read it. But their other patients have also requested it, and I made the decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden box. If anyone asks for it, it'll be there. Pia. Okay, so the book probably isn't here anymore, but let's look around anyway. In the shadows of forgotten myths lies the story of Psyche, the soul herself, driven by longing to reunite with her lost love Cupid, also known as Eros, god of love, desire, and irresistible attraction. Her path leads downward into the depths of the underworld. There she must retrieve a golden box, said to continue a trace of Persephone's beauty. Persephone's goddess of spring and fertility, and yet also the somber queen of the dead. But Psyche is warned, do not open the box. Still, hope is a dangerous thing, so Psyche is the person who opened the box. Perhaps she believed that a touch of divine beauty would make her worthy again in Cupid's eyes. Perhaps it was simple curiosity, the old companion of tragedy. She opens the box, but there is no beauty inside, only darkness. A deathly sleep seeps out, wrapping her in silence. Her body falls still, suspended between life and death, and so she enters the hidden kingdom. This is a lot of reading. For the swift and proper cataloguing of patients, a system of labelling is employed where each patient is assigned a number corresponding to the room they occupy. The passcode to access each patient cell is a discharge number assigned upon admission. The number must be consulted in the admissions register or in the individual patient record. Should a patient be transferred to another location within the institute, their cataloguing will be amended according to the new room. Okay, so that's how we open the doors. Patients classified as dangerous, whether to themselves or to others, are housed in the basement in specifically adapted cells designed to ensure their isolation and safety. This is Area B. The ground floor contains the common areas of the establishment, such as the kitchen, dining hall, administrative office, where matters relating to paperwork are handled, a small first aid room and the archive, containing all records and documents pertaining to staff and inmates. The doctor's areas are situated on the second floor, which is a designated area for medical care. However, an exception is made for the office of Dr. Mulder, the director of the sanatorium, who occupies the third floor. On the second floor, one is also find rooms for male patients and female patients. It's important to note the attic, which was previously used as a recreation room and for therapeutic activities, has been permanently closed due to its unsuitable and unsafe structure. The system of organisation and cataloguing has been designed to maintain proper control and safety of all inmates, as well to ensure efficiency in the management of the various sections of the asylum.
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas.
This is the guy!
What in the devil does this mean?
Does this mean he took on the personality of a character from a book? Is that what happened? It looks like it, right? When Captain Walter Brandon and his sloop is caught in the midst of a violent storm, it seems fate has sealed, but by miracle he manages to survive. Clinging to a splintered spar from his wrecked vessel, after enduring a long ordeal at sea, he washes ashore on a distant island where he will live for many months and encounter no end of wild adventures. Find the hidden book. Alright, so, I will say one black mark against the game. Now I'm back to recording this a day after I stream some of this. The autosave was terrible. I had like 10 minutes to replay from the last autosave. Like, every time you pick up a key item, do an autosave. Like, every time I pick up a key or something like that, I feel like that's reasonable. But we're back to where we are. It was a mild inconvenience rather than, like, really, really annoying.
Patient recording, Elody Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elody, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elody. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man. A man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elody, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please. But if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
Okay.
Damn fool.
So this Mulder guy is presumably behind the murder in some capacity. I feel like it's really obvious at this point. It's super incriminating that he's a terrible, immoral person, and is full of shit, really. Anyway, so the person's name I need to remember now. It's psych is the word I'm looking for, and it's for the one who opened the golden box. Place it under the custody of Psych, though. What does that mean? It's not on the... I can't rotate this or anything. Under the custody of Psych. Is there like a Psych section? Oh. This is the book. Okay, I see. I see. That's the secret book I was already meant to find. I already solved that puzzle. Okay. Alright. I don't know what else is up here. 1365 is the patient. And we learnt here, this is important, right? That the discharge date is the codes to the doors in the male and female areas. So we should probably go and look at Elody's discharge date to get into her thing. I would assume that's the thing we can do. We need a key to the attic still, which I've definitely not seen. And I already looked in these creepy rooms. There wasn't anything here. I'm beginning to think the guy wandering around probably is actually, potentially is innocent, or has been manipulated at the very least by our dear friend, Dr. Mulder. Definitely don't. I think the basement we're done so with. It's floor 1 I actually need to go to. No, I don't. I need to go down here to look at the discharge date on Elody's paperwork. One thing I noticed is you don't seem to restore any of the documents. I was trying to, like, look through the documents I found, and I couldn't find any. Or how to access them, which I thought was really weird, I'm going to be honest with you. Was it not in here? Was it? Oh, it was in the doctor's room, wasn't it? Actually, the doctor's like office, Wherever the fuck that is. God damn it. Yeah, I couldn't figure out any way of, like, looking up pertinent information that I'd found. Like, there's a casebook, but it just seems to have images in it, and I was so confused. Like, it doesn't really do a good job of explaining if there's any way of accessing, like, your notes or things like that. I hope I don't actually have to reach an actual conclusion and the game does it for me, otherwise I'm fucked. Okay, we haven't got in his room either. And these are the rooms, the discharge rooms. Which doctor's room did I go in? This one. Is 2546 the actual number, or is it 171022 or something? Well, they wouldn't know the discharge day, right? So 2546 sounds feasible. These are the men's rooms, though. The female rooms on the other side. Can I even get to the female rooms, I just realised? I don't think I can. Oh, so this is all fucking irrelevant. God damn it. There was a patient number in the library, one of the men. The guy who keeps taking the book out. It's probably that. So let's double check that. Here. 1365. That must be the code to one of the doors in the male dorm area. I've already forgotten it. God damn it. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm tired today. 1365. Without Twitch chat to remind me what things are, I'm absolutely screwed a lot of the time. I'm going to be honest with you. 1365. 1365. No, wrong. Oh, God. I'm going to forget it. I'm going to forget it. By the time I get there, I'm going to forget it. Can I get out here? Can I get out? I can. 1365. I don't know if it's for this one, but... Okay, it is. Oh god, he even has the... But he wasn't... We don't think he was a ship's captain, right? There's a key there. Dear Walter, there's something about you I cannot ignore. A quiet strength, a resolve that feels unshakable. The thought of you, all you've endured, fills me with kind of admiration I can scarcely put into words. You're unlike anyone I've ever met. Yeah, I wonder if you sense it too, those stolen glances, the way time seems to pause when our eyes meet. Perhaps it's nothing, or perhaps it's everything. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the night watchman rarely checks the attic on weekends. Some evenings during these quiet moments before we're all sent to bed, I like to slip away and wander up there. There's a peculiar stillness in that place, a kind of peace I find nowhere else. Tonight at 7 sharp, I think I might take one of those walks. Perhaps I'll find the calm even sweeter. Oh, that is sweet. Shame she died.
This must be the key to the attic. Let's see where it leads.
Okay.
A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel.
So, attic key. I wonder if some of these rooms are optional. Not most people hadn't found that book in the library. Which I feel is incredibly incriminating. Potentially, anyway. Oh. Okay.
Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance, hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. An alarm clock. Most likely, they used it to slip back to the second floor before anyone noticed they were gone. For a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows, far from the eyes of doctors and nurses.
Okay.
A pair of scissors and a comb. Elody put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her ideal hero. Hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place.
What is wrong with the voice acting?
She remade patient 1365 in the image of her most secret longings.
This is terrifying. Her secret longings.
Looks like Elody found herself a little hideaway to keep practicing her dark craft.
It's not that weird. She's just painting edgy drawings. Jesus Christ.
Powerful drugs for depression. Anxiolytics. The girl improved, but it seems the doctors were baffled by her mind. Elody found painting, and with it, a way to spill the shadows that crawled through her mind.
This is the most ridiculous shit. She just likes to paint. Just chill the fuck out, right? Huh. Where does this go? It seems risky. This must be the female wing, right?
The room's been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elody created Walter Brandon.
Okay, so he's not really Walter Brandon. She made him from, like, her ideal man because she was fantasizing, I guess? Elody, it's been some weeks since you requested a private session. As both your physician and your friend, I find myself troubled and able to cast aside the thought of that solitude you spoke of these weeks past, the solitude of which I have not since uttered a word. These days, burdened as I am with duty, I shall be confined to my office until the late hours of the night. Should you at any moment feel the impulse or the need for company, do not hesitate to visit me. The code is 39124.
This letter. At the very least, it's highly inappropriate. A draft letter. Scratched out and full of corrections.
My dearest Walter, do not worry, everything is in place. I know it won't be easy, but it's crucial you take your first step. Once they grant you your discharge, everything will change. I'll be ready to follow you the moment you're out in a safe place far from here. When you speak with the doctors, I want you to repeat the words I've told you with conviction, as though they are the only thing that matters. The shadow is gone, it has vanished. You are now fully yourself once more. Tell them you regret everything that happened, that you cannot understand how you acted in such a way. Speak of how you found peace in reading, how you now wish to live more serenely with purpose. Make them see the shadow no longer exists, that your darkness is completely faded. They must believe you are free. Is this all her own fault? I know this is not entirely true, but I'm certain that with effort you can control the shadows. You must do it for us, for what lies ahead. They do not see you as you are. They only see you as a mere piece in their game. We shall show them that they have no control over our fate. Once you are free, I shall request my discharge as well. My place will be with you, and together we shall make our way to Bloomsbury Manor. I love you, and I know that soon we will be free. This will be behind us, and everything we've dreamed of will come true. With all my love, Elody.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium. That man was desperately ill. But Elody's selfishness outweighed what little sense she had. She pushed him too far. If I pieced this together correctly, that Walter was never really Walter at all. There was another personality. She called it the Shadow, a dominant, dangerous force that surfaced again and again in his life. The threads are beginning to unravel, but I need to see this through. What truly happened to Walter Brandon?
This is very interesting, but I feel like it's going a really awful way. 39124 is the code. Let's head that way. 39124. Are we gonna get attacked here? I feel like we're gonna get attacked. Is he gonna cut the rope? No. 39124. 39124. 39124. 39124. 39124. 39124. A 3, a 9, a 124. A 3, 9, 124. 39124. 39124. 3, 9, 1, 2, 4. Excellent.
Patient number 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation, perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes and hands are covered in blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself. The personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow, though given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice, even his build and weight change quite drastically. Now he looks frail, gaunt, empty, as though there's nothing inside, as though he were but an empty shell, waiting to be occupied. His condition calls for far stricter supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dymphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the Shadow should ever wake again.
Okay. Well, it's exactly what we said it was from the beginning, unfortunately.
So it seems Walter came back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dymphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
I mean, this is just like basic bitch shit, really, in the end, unfortunately. The visit to the old sanatorium had left more questions than answers. The pieces didn't fit, scattered fragments of a puzzle missing its center. That one elusive detail, the thread that could unravel everything, remained just out of reach. Perhaps the modern hospital held the final clue, the last chance to shed light on the mystery still shrouding the death of Elody Fordside. I don't think it's much of a mystery.
That man returned to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him. Or maybe his mind shattered and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Elody Fordside, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dymphna.
So there is some things that make no sense.
The end of the road was waiting for me in that place.
So the things that don't make sense is why the woman clearly knew who killed her daughter, but didn't tell us. Like, why is she getting me to do this when she clearly knows who the murderer fucking is? Because she was there and hit him with a fucking candlestick, and she would have recognized him because he was living in her fucking house for ages. So why didn't she know that? And why is she lying to us? That's the first step. Secondly, who the fuck is he? Is he just wandering around? Like, what is going on?
Very well saunter in through the front door as if nothing's amiss. I'll need to find another way in.
Oh great, breaking and entering. I mean, also, something is amiss. You suspect him to be a murderer. Just go and tell him that. So stupid. Is this where we started the game? No, it can't be.
It's locked.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing more cases for this guy, although if this is his last case, then, you know, it's already over. We're already done so. Annette, I've stored the copy of the dispensary keys you requested in the storage room file cabinet. Lisa. Okay. We're just breaking and entering. Who cares, right?
It's locked. The night shift nurses are behind this door. I need to find another way into the hallway to the rooms.
This is like crazy that we're doing this, by the way. Just go and ask them. It's not that big a deal. Alright. Another key. Which is the one mentioned in the note. I've enjoyed this overall, but it's a shame the conclusion seems to be literally what I said about the split personalities. Hello? I guess the phone ringing is over? Jesus Christ, we're just like Robin. They're just fucking going for it.
John Morley and the case of the red shoes. What the devil does this mean?
Is this some meta thing? What?
Lady Margaret.
What is happening?
That fateful night, I was startled by the noise. Those wretched cries of agony from dear Elody. I rushed to her chambers, and there you stood, stained with the blood of the one soul I cherished above all others in this world. The housekeeper had warned me, but I turned a deaf ear. Elody was finally happy, even amidst your incessant bouts of volatility. Yet, with the passage of time, your demeanour darkened. More and more frequently, that sinister presence lurking within you began to surface, each appearance more violent than the last. Elody no longer gazed upon you with the starry-eyed affection of a smitten young woman. The atmosphere in this house grew suffocating, fraught with an unbearable tension. That very afternoon I spoke with her. She had resolved to end your engagement. You seemed, or so I dared hope, to have accepted it with grace. But that night, that very night, you ended her life in the most savage manner imaginable. I threw myself upon Elody, desperate to save her. But alas, it was far too late. Months later, I learned you had returned voluntarily to the sanatorium. I sought answers and immersed myself in understanding the afflictions that plagued you. Dissociative identity disorder, they called it. A condition in which one might host multiple identities, each vying for dominion over the body. But the man confined in that bleak institution was not the shadow, not the fiend who had stolen my daughter. No, he was but the shell, the hapless vessel. And I yearned to find the true culprit, not the facade, the murderer himself. Thus I devised my plan. I came to visit you, and just as Elody had done, I crafted a new role for you, a new identity to inhabit.
What the fuck?
I brought books, personal artifacts, penned letters as Penny. I leased an office and prepared every detail meticulously, down to the smallest thread, for your return as John Morley. Everything had to be flawless. And why, you may ask? To make you remember, to awaken the shadow, to summon forth the murderer from the abyss of your fractured mind. John Morley is a good man. Walter Brandon was a spirited young sailor brimming with love for Elody. But the shadow was a merciless, unrepentant killer. I wanted to destroy the murderer who had stolen my daughter. But I could never bring myself to harm an innocent man. My obsession, my singular purpose, was to awaken the shadow.
Yeah, shot. What a fucking... I don't know how I feel about that. That was not what I was expecting at all. It was kind of what I said, but not... Oh my god. Interesting. What a twist. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's an awful ending, but it's not the best ending either. I feel like there could have just been a lot more that was done with some of this. But overall, I thought this was pretty good. I liked it as a little murder mystery. There definitely won't be more of these. But I do like these detective crime things. If you want to see more crime games, please like the video. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section of this. That was the last case of John Morley. Definitely his last case for sure. Yeah, I liked it overall. I'll give it... I actually really liked it. I think it had a great atmosphere in particular. I'm going to give it a 6.5, maybe a 7 if I'm feeling generous out of 10 for this game. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for being Nom. Pledge to our Patreon, especially if you'd like to see more of Kindergarten 3. There's more episodes going up all the time up there at the moment. And yeah, thanks for being amazing. I'll see you guys later. That was the last case of John Morley.